Hey, what's going on? Zero Day Jay here. It's Tuesday, April 16th. The market is closed. I am in my Apex account, and let me just show you how it went. I actually streamed live today, which was cool. It was like 13, at most 13 people on there. So be on the lookout. I don't know, obviously you might have a job or whatever you're doing, but if you're a DGen and you're trading, um, keep an eye out for my live stream because I'll pop on and hang out for a little while, and we all hang out and in the chat and stuff, and it was pretty cool. And I made a couple of good trades during that. So anyway, um, here is funded account number 53. This is actually on day 3, and I got it up 785 bucks. I went $5 over the consistency rule, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to go more than 2,600. I'm gonna have to go to like 2,620 bucks or whatever, 2,620. Let's see if I get there. That's the goal, right? So very cool. Very happy about that. Here's funded account number 54. This is brand new. I got it up 779.50. I was actually happy with where they were, but I was on the live stream and an opportunity presented itself. I'll show you where. I mean, all day basically. I'll show you the chart in a minute, but all day the Qs and the NQ had literally was trading between, was hanging out in the orb, in and around the orb, and the upper, and the VWAP, the upper band, the lower band, VWAP itself, and the orb, like for most of the day. So those are, I love trading those. That's where I have the most success, and I was able to, capitalize on it today and just stick within my rules and not let emotions get the best of me. That's why I had such good days, a good day with all of my accounts, even this one. This I traded during the overnight. I did this last night. This was the account this is a new eval I got yesterday. And I was trading in it during the stream. I was up like 900 bucks during my first ever live stream. And then I started fucking around at the end of the day, like literally during that last hour where there's hardly any volume. And sometimes stuff happens, and sometimes it doesn't. But I gave back all of my gains, and then I found myself down like 300 something dollars. And then I during the overnight again, you know, the ORB and VWAP were in play big time for me, and I was able to get it up 3,500 bucks. It wasn't on like one trade and I went all in. It was a series of trades. It was pretty good, pretty awesome actually. So I did this during the overnight. I didn't even have to look at it today. Same thing with my Take Profit Trader account. I got my Take Profit Trader account up almost 1,500 before this, and I had to stop because you don't. It's a test account, and you don't want to go up over. You can't go up. You don't want to go up 50% over more than 50% of your total gain. So if the goal is to get to 3,000 to pass a 50K Take Profit Trader account, you don't want to go up more than 1,500. So I got up 1,480. I stopped trading there, and then I started working this account, and I was able to grow up by 3,500. Didn't even need to go that high. I just kind of ended up that way when I got out. Where my take profit was. I didn't do the math perfectly, but nonetheless, this will be my third funded account starting tomorrow. So all in all, a really great day. I'm very happy with how this went. I traded within my rules, follow my strategy. There were a couple times I thought I uploaded a short about it. I thought I was I made a quick short video about it to put on YouTube Shorts. But somehow it got uploaded as a regular video. I got to figure out why. It was less than a minute, but I could have been done like a while. I mean, I was pretty much done like before power hour, but then I made 2 more trades, one in each account because we hit the lower orb on the NQ and the Q and the lower orb on the NQ and the top orb on the Qs right around here, and I played it. I played the bounce like here. Oh, this was the VWAP. It was the lower VWAP band is what I played the bounce on. The lower VWAP band and the lower orb on the NQs. This was during the stream on account number 53. Let me show you where I did that right here. It was quick, but I played it and I went up 140, and I took it. And then in the other account on 54, it was earlier. It was at like 12:30 or 11:30 right here. What time was that? Oh, 12:35. Where were we at 12:30? Right here. So it was a bounce off the top orb on the NQ, and on the Qs, it was right here off the top. It was the top orb on the Qs. Look at that. So I played that bounce. It worked out that pushed me up. I mean, that was a $200 trade. I could have gotten a lot more, but I didn't want to go too high over. I mean, it worked out where I didn't do this on purpose. It just kind of worked out perfectly where I raised my stop to lock in gains for the $200 trade. And because what happens is if Apex has a consistency rule, a 30% consistency rule with funded accounts. So you don't want to go up more than 30% of your overall profit. If you do, you got to keep growing the account. So the minimum to qualify for a withdrawal is $2,600. So 30% of $2,600 is $780. Anytime you go over that in one day, you got to grow the account further than the minimum requirement to get it to qualify for a payout. So I didn't want to do that, and it worked out. So anyway, but look at all this. Look at what was going on all day today. Here are the cues. This is the orb, the lower orb, the opening range breakout, the upper orb, the top orb, the bottom orb, top orb, which was also basically where VWAP was hanging out, right at the top orb. So a lot of support there if you're bouncing off of it, and then a lot of resistance if you're underneath it trying to get over it, right? I mean, we had this pop here, and then it came back down. Like this was like a 100-point move. It bounced off the bottom orb. Look at that. Came down to the bottom orb and ran like 100 freaking points, and then came all the way back, bounced off of, almost hit the bottom orb again, really had strong support at the lower VWAP band, came back up, and then it kept bouncing off the top orb and VWAP, and there's just plenty of opportunities right there to make money. And then we got over it, and then we came back down to the lower VWAP band, and we're just hitting there was a strong support on the lower VWAP band for a bunch of candles, so you could have made money there, bouncing here, and yeah, I'm looking at the Qs, but it's the same, this is what it looks like on the NQ. This was the pop, and we came back down. I got VWAP taken out of here. Look at this. This was basically the bottom. We wicked down below the lower VWAP band on the NQ and bounced off of it. This is it right here again. So, same situation was going on, but you want to look at the Qs during regular trading hours. If you're going to use VWAP and the orb, I would just use them on both and just keep bouncing back and forth. So anyway, yeah, there was so much going on, in these areas, and that's my happy zone. If I could trade, I get in trouble when when we're nowhere near VWAP or the orb, and then I got to rely solely on moving averages. I don't even really like the moving averages as much anymore because I don't trust them. They're not reliable, especially on, I don't know, it just doesn't trust. Then I get that, and the pivot points are good, but we were nowhere near pivot points either today. So I would have had to just sit on my hands, which I did. I didn't trade at all during any of this until we got near my spots, my indicators. Obviously on the 1 minute chart, there's a lot. You'll see a lot of activity around the 34. This teal line is the 34 EMA. The white is the 34 SMA. A lot of action there. I was only using the SMA, and I got the EMA in after I was talking to a friend of mine, and I like so much activity, so many bounces off of that, and then you got the 9, obviously, the 9 EMA. The purple line is the 105, which is the 5 minute on the 21. The 21 moving average on the 5 minute, it's the 105 here. It's an interesting one. But yeah, there was so many opportunities at the bottom orb. Like I'm just looking through, like here's another trade I made, 170, 245. This was a bounce off this was the bottom orb, was at 10:32 a.m., which is what, 132. So let's see where we were at 130 on the Qs. Is that it? No. Right here. This was that bounce. We wicked below the bottom orb on the Qs and bounced out of it and ran. I could have gotten so much more of that too, and I didn't get nearly all of it. I mean, look at this bounce. I got this much and it fucking ran. And I got this much. I got more here too. Actually, I did pretty good on this. I did 245, 170, and 100. So 245 and 270 is $510. But like, look, it still ran another, what, 454. It ran another 50, 60 points from there. I could have been done for the day. I would have had to have stopped. I would have had to have like take profits up here to not go over that, but whatever. And then I made some more here. Like, I was just trading. I was not doing anything stupid today. I didn't let emotions get the best of me. So I'm very happy with how the day went. I'm happy with how I handled myself during the trading day. I didn't do anything crazy. I was just, my indicators were where they were. And once as you establish your strategy, and your edge, you just play within the spot. And if it's not there for you because it's nowhere near where it's just not there, because like in my case, if we pop way above the ORB and VWAP or way below it, we dump below it, you just wait for it to come back. Otherwise, I don't know, sit on your hands or trade smaller, trade with micros or something. If you see other things, if you're using other things like moving averages. But anyway, thanks for watching. My coupon code, my link is in the description, and my coupon code, Apex, is doing 80% off for the rest of the month. 80% off all evals, any size, and 1 day to pass. Obviously, that's how I got this. This is a 1 day pass. It took me 2 days technically, but I don't have to wait 7. I'm done. So tomorrow I could activate this now or whenever they send the email out. To let me know that I passed, then I could go and activate it, and then I'll be ready to go for the next trading day. So anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, leave your comments, all that stuff. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.